Hey y'all, what's up? I'm Mimi, aka the Piscean Seer, and this is one of your daily collective messages. Like, and subscribe if you get anything out of this. Thank you so very much to those of you who do like, subscribe, and comment. It is always and forever going to be loved and appreciated. God, archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, cosmic guides, all beings of the highest and purest white light, only with the best interest of me and the collective at heart. You are always and forever welcome into my readings, okay? Please give my wonderful, fabulous, and amazing Piscean Seer family the best and most accurate information for them at this time. Hello, my beautiful lovers. What's up? Okay, I hope you're having a great day. Welcome to any new subscribers. Okay, welcome back to my beautiful subscribers who are already here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Thank you so very much for coming, and thanks for coming back. So this is an ancestor message again because I just did one yesterday. Okay, but let's get the overall energy. How are you guys seeing their energy? So we got the Six of Crystals. Okay, so there's some sort of beautiful blessing coming in. Okay, of course. Of course. But the Six of Crystals is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Okay, we got the Seven of Wands that was just like flipped like this. Okay, the Seven of Wands and the Hermit. Okay, so I feel like you've been doing a lot when it comes to standing your ground. I feel like anything that you're wondering about or that you've been thinking about, any situations like when it comes to other people around you and things like that, like you're right. Okay, your intuition works very well, baby. Okay, so don't question yourself or the downloads or the things that the information you're receiving from within yourself. You know what I mean? Like, trust your intuition over everything and everybody, okay? And you might hear stuff in the background because people live here, okay? So we got the gigas up though, okay? So somebody could have been playing some games and that shit is over for them, okay? Somebody could have been trying to get you shadow banned, okay? Blacklisted, suppressed, hidden, blocked, silenced, okay? Somebody could have been trying to like gaslight you in a way, like not in a way that like a okay, not in a way that like a narcissist would do it, like in your face, you know, kind of gaslighting you by like defaming your character, spreading your secrets, you know what I mean, doing all of this stuff to like pick at you and bother you, to make you mad or to make you act in a way that's outside of your character. But you haven't done this, okay? You've been very good, okay? And that's why you're receiving whatever it is that you want or need at this time. I do have a note, which is what I keep looking at, but I'm kind of waiting for the right moment. We got hanged, okay? Because I don't know. I mean, sometimes they want me to say it right away and sometimes they just don't, okay? So this is hanged, okay? The hanged man. I feel like you are hanging gracefully. You know, you might look like you're stuck to other people or, you know, like you're not making any movement, but I think you're doing a whole lot right where you are, you know, and you don't really necessarily need other people to like validate you or to make you feel like you're doing something special, you know. But I think you're standing in your strength and you got a lot of backing in the spiritual realm, okay? Spirit doing a lot of helping to you, okay, which is what they were talking about yesterday, how they're helping you a lot, and you know, the different spiritual advancements and things like that they're helping you with in your life. I think this one is a little bit more centered on the drama that's happening on the outside of you, because that's just like the energy that I'm feeling, what's going on the outside of them. We got arrest warrants and busted, okay? So somebody could be about to get busted for something. What they was doing? There's paperwork right there. So, I mean, I don't know. Somebody could have been doing some sort of fraudulent shit, okay? We got business success. Man, I don't know. Maybe somebody could have had like a fake business or something like this. Somebody could be about to get arrested for that, okay? Somebody that's been throwing salt on your name and rallying troops up against you while you're just like, you know, making these individual ass solo moves, you know? Somebody could have been trying to like steal something from you, false reporting, giving fake news and things like that, or like, you know, this is the energy of like somebody setting up a scam and then trying to like blame you for it, or setting up a scam or some sort of false business in your name, okay? So like that they wouldn't catch the heat, or but there's some sort of evidence against them, okay, that they are involved, okay? Ages 10 to 20 is significant, okay? We got sleeping with the enemy. Ain't no fun when the rabbits got the gun and strangers coming up against you, okay? So, and then it says spiritualist. It also says drug deals, okay? So somebody could be like on drugs, or they could be a drug dealer. They could have smuggled drugs before. I seen 444, okay? But dealer and user are really catching my attention, okay? So somebody sell drugs and somebody use drugs, and they could be working together. I don't know. Let's get some more shit. So, I got you're the first to successfully do something and bitch is mad, okay? So, whoever this is, this person that could be getting arrested, okay? They are mentally and emotionally unstable at this time, okay? They got a lot of animosity towards you. This could be someone who, like, tried to abuse you in some way in the past, okay? Somebody trying to, I don't know, get you to catch a case or some shit like that. Like, they're really pressed about your self love, baby, and about you following your North Node, okay? Really, really pressed, okay? Like a fucking button down, okay? We got divinity. It's all about this beautiful divine energy that you carry within yourself, you know? So I'm just feeling like, you know, carry on, you know? This is one of those readings that just feel like a PSA. Like, yes, people are hating. We fucking know this, okay? People trying to do all kinds of bullshit, but it's not really for you to worry about. I feel like your ancestors really are handling it when it comes to like passing out karma to these specific people, okay? We got transition. Somebody could be about to transition. Yeah, somebody that's extremely obsessed with you. That's crazy. What's animosity and abuse? We got faith, okay? So it's like you've always had this strong faith. You've always been this shining light, and somebody has an issue with your faith or the way that you express yourself, you know. And it's like, so what's abuse and divinity? We got expectation, okay? So somebody could be, you know, expecting their abuse to finally work, right? Expecting their rumors or the way that they tried to frame you or whatever it is that they're doing behind the scenes to like they still waiting, okay? They still waiting on that shit to work. And I keep telling y'all they gonna be waiting until they turn blue because that shit's just not gonna work. What's divinity in transition? We got ascending, okay? So I mean, I feel like as usual, you're transcending, okay? Like you're making these beautiful transformations within yourself, transitioning from old cycles and into new ones. And this person is kind of like descending, okay? Like, and that could be why they're about to be like RIP'd, okay? Yeah, we got the priestess and the lust and the voodoo, okay? So this is giving sex magic real heavy. This is giving sex magic so heavy, okay? So there could be some high priestess or just some feminine energy who considers themselves a high priestess doing voodoo, okay? They do sex magic too. Yeah, because against your changes, they also do a lot of love spells. Hold on, let me get it together, okay? They also do a lot of love spells on you, spells on your abundance, okay? This person could be having health concerns. They could be feeling sick, okay? They send a lot of evil eye, and they're a thief, okay? I didn't told you. But this person could also be like trying to smile in your face, you know? They could be trying to act like they support your occupation. This could be somebody in your family, but it doesn't necessarily have to be, okay? But somebody's a big time hater. Like they kind of don't want you to have anything. They don't want you to have the love, the money, the house, the business success, none of that shit, okay? They want to like tear all of that down for you because I don't know, they can't get it. Like this person has some sort of sick obsession with you, and that's why they're in this Five of Cups energy, okay? Like they're feeling very defeated at this time with this Five of Swords energy because of the ways that they've moved in the past, you know? But they don't really look at it like that. I feel like they look at it like they're sad and in despair because of what you do or because of what you won't stop doing or because of who you are, you know? Like it's just like it has nothing to do with them in their minds, you know? So they're having a hard time healing and growing from that shit. What's mentally, emotionally unstable, obsession, and animosity? We got foresight with the Three of Wands. I feel like you really do see everything coming. Like you're very aware of this bullshit, okay? You could be about to do some traveling, or this person could be trying to keep you from traveling. They don't want you to be confident or to have belief in yourself or to feel free or successful or happy in any fucking way. What's animosity, faith, and abuse? We got the Ace of Swords, okay? So no lies were told, but also I feel like you see this shit very clear because of how strong your faith is, you know? You could be receiving a lot of new ideas. You could have a lot of new plans for things that you want to attract to yourself, you know? You do not run out of ideas. I feel like when it comes to you, you're very innovative and you find a lot of different ways to make shit work for you, and your ancestors love that about you, and they meet you halfway with that energy, so this person could never, okay? What's abuse, expectation, and divinity? We got the Page of Pentacles, okay? Like this person is upset. Maybe this could be somebody who was in touch with this divinity earlier in their life, but they abused that power that they were given. This could be someone who like steers people wrong. But they just they didn't recognize their potential as potential. Like they didn't uphold the energy that the divine was pushing into their life. So this person could be getting a lot of bad news in earthly matters. They could be having money problems. They could be hella ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Like just somebody where you just try to talk to them, or you try to tell them certain things, or you try to like, correct them in a nice way or whatever, and you just can't tell them shit. Like this is that kind of person, okay? This is Virgo, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and Aries is out here. But I feel like you're very open-minded, okay? You're getting a lot of good news, and you've built like some really solid beginnings for yourself. You set your goals very properly, and there are a lot of opportunities for you to increase your income at this time, okay? We got the Hierophant going with divinity, ascending, and transition. I feel like you are very official. It's like you step outside of convention. You live an unconventional life, okay? Like you step outside of what people think you should do. Like you refuse to conform. You refuse to commit to the bullshit or to this negativity, or to like submit to what they think or what they have said about you. And that's making it really hard for them to continue to attack you, okay? It says, I choose which traditions I embrace and how I do it. And I feel like maybe this is somebody or some people who thought that like you was gonna do shit the way that they wanted you to do it, or they would be able to control you, or to like make you turn off your amazing light in some sort of way. But I think if you're getting some sort of big recognition, even if it's just from the people around you, people are looking at you as successful, as victorious, as a fucking winner, okay? And right now you really do have the advantage, okay? Because you've managed to triumph over any and all negative energies or abuses or attacks that anyone has come at you with, okay? What's the Three of Wands and the Ace of Swords? We got the King of Wands, okay? Because you're a leader, a born leader, baby. You are in charge of your own story, and that's really upsetting for people, okay? So here's more of this transition energy. You've transitioned, you've moved on from this, okay? I feel like this is just somebody who like really can't let go. They can't release you, okay? They're obsessed, like I said, okay? So they're having a hard time moving forward, and they don't like the fact that things are calming down for you. But all of this obsession and mentally and emotionally unstable energy is attracting a lot of trouble to this person, okay? They jumping out of the fire. It says out of the frying pan and into the fire. It says lack of progress, okay? So somebody's upset because they feel like they have a lack of progress, and like at the end of the day, all they really want is business success, but they don't really know how to take the proper steps to that business success, and they feel like you do or you have, and they're upset because they've been spending all this time trying to tear you down in the past, and now they kind of need you in order to get some advice, or to like for you to help them further their future. What's the Page of Pentacles and the Hierophant? We got the Temperance in reverse. Ew. So somebody got very nasty energy, okay? This person is extremely imbalanced, okay? Like if you're in Earth Angel energy, they're in like, they on super demon time, okay? Very imbalanced, very self-indulgent, they do everything in excess. This person could like suffer with addictions, okay? Sagittarius, Aquarius, and Aries energy is here again, okay? They could clash with a lot of people. Like I said, they're very ignorant. They don't like to be like, educated or corrected about anything, They just think they know everything, when they have a complete and total lack of perspective on life, Like they don't really see things clearly at all, This could be someone who's like, an antagonist. They like to come around and cause a lot of discord. They could be very reckless with their money, reckless with, anything that should be important to them, reckless with their love and everything like that, This says, I know my extremes and now I seek peace, but it's in reverse, you know. So it's like they don't really, like, they jump from one extreme to the next, not really realizing that it is extreme, and they don't seek peace because they don't really know where to find it or how to. They're just like, this person just pretends like they're very peaceful, okay? Like they're very set, like they don't need anything or anyone, but they do. And also, they're very hasty, okay? They do a lot of stupid shit, and they do it very quickly, impulsively, you know, from a place of anger or from a place of like overreaction. Like I said, this person jumps from one extreme to the next, you know. And that's why, you know, a little bit of attention that they were giving you at first has become to like, has turned into this full blown obsession, okay? So we got the Knight of Cups, okay? So this person could be offering you love, but they're really in a place of sadness and despair. And like I said, sending the evil eye at you so hard, okay? Like they evil eye you all the time, but it's because you're in your North Node is what I part this deck on. It's also because of your work, labor, and efforts that you've put into yourself, and because you're not willing to accept any bullshit. They can't hook you up with a karmic feminine or a karmic masculine to suck you dry that way or nothing. Like there's just, like they're fresh, like they're out of tricks. I heard like their trick bag is empty, okay? Like they are fresh out of ways to attack or to stall you or to hold you back, you know. And also they're running out of the resources that it takes to attack you. What's the Three of Wands, the King of Wands, and the Ace of Swords? It says stay magical as fuck, okay? So, you know, the best way to fight this person off is to really continue doing what you've been doing, okay? Business as usual, shining, receiving, meditating, you know what I mean? Growing, expanding, ascending, and just looking beautiful or looking very handsome while you do it, okay? It says don't ever be afraid to shine. Remember, the sun doesn't give a fuck if it blinds you. You are magic, period. Own that shit, okay? We got kindness is gangsta as fuck, you know. I feel like it's like you're the most gangsta energy that people ever ran into, because you're really very nice and it's really very genuine, you know, and you deserve every single thing that you get. And you don't have to lift a finger or raise your voice or do too much in order to get what you want, you know. It says you'll never shine throwing shade, period, okay? You know that it does you no good to go around throwing shade or being a hater or putting all of your time and energy into somebody else or what they doing or how they look or what they talking about or how they're expressing themselves. You know that shit is not really none of your business unless they ask you to be in that business to help them shine, you know. But you don't throw shade, you're not a hater. And I feel like somebody wishes you would just hate on them. They wish you would just hate on them or show everybody, you know, all the people they kind of been talking about you behind your back to. Exactly, like they wish you would prove those people right, okay? But I mean, they wish you would prove to those people that they're right by acting the way that they say you act or presenting the way that they say you really present, you know, in the dark. But you just don't. You always are in this beautiful, amazing earth angel type of energy, very receptive, very attractive, because you seek soul satisfaction and not the dissatisfaction of other people's souls, okay? Yeah, we got I am optimistic as fuck, okay, baby? You're so optimistic, and it's really important that you just keep your heart and your mind set on your goals and what it is that you want to attract, okay? It says there's always tomorrow. Like, live every day like you're going to find a pot of fucking gold at the end of it. The truth is, life is too short to be dragged down by negativity. Every day is a fucking gift because you never know what tomorrow holds, you know? And you're very aware of this. What stay magical as fucking kindness is gangster as fuck, okay? We got some days good and some days shit, you know? Also, I feel like when you have shitty days or when things don't work out the best for you, you don't go blame other people. You don't go, you know, grab a picture and a candle and all of your magic. You don't go grab all of your magic supplies because, you know, a bitch pissed you off or because you had to stand in long lines today, you know? you just really embrace yourself, you embrace how you're feeling, and you take responsibility and accountability for what you could have done better to make your day a little bit easier, and you apply that shit next time, you know. You don't just go around like beating yourself up or hating yourself and therefore beating up others just because you want to feel better or you want to get somewhere, you know. And so that's why this person is still just sitting around, you know, waiting in suspense for you to start getting attacked or for your life to start sucking, because that's all they can focus on at this time. It says not every day is going to be good. It's okay when all you did was make it through. Life can get real fucking heavy sometimes, but just remember you're a badass motherfucker that's tougher than any shit that life can throw at you, you know? And it's like, I just feel like this person really isn't, you know? They're not standing in their power. They're giving their power away by trying to be obsessed, you know, and trying to abuse and tear you down. That takes a lot of fucking energy. Okay? And so it's like when this person gets hit with the things that they've been sending your way, like it's so hard on them, it's so hard on their body, it's so hard on their mind, on their consciousness, it's so hard on them because they're not equipped to handle that shit that you're equipped and built tough to handle, you know. What's kindness is gangsta as fuck, and I'm optimistic as fuck. I love the cards that cuss. I don't know why. It says let that shit go, okay? And this is you, you know, just really peaceful, you know. I feel like you take people's, you know, unsolicited word garbage or any kind of extra opinions or any kind of negative shit that they have, and you just throw it right in the shredder, okay? You just don't have time for it. It says there's a lot of things we hold on to that drag us down. Write a list of all that bullshit you need to let go of and then shred it to fucking pieces. Time to make room for more positive shit in life, you know. And I feel like you've been had that realization that you want more positivity than negativity, and that's why the overall energy on your side of things looks the way that it does. Like I said, you're not stuck, you're hanging gracefully, you're embracing divine time, you're keeping your heart and your mind focused on your goals, you're doing what it is that you should be doing. And some other bitch okay, with no time or no goals or nothing that they really want to focus on or go after is kind of hating on everything that you do and spending all of that time they could be spending to further themselves talking about you and doing bullshit in the background and scamming and doing all of this other shit, like really taking big chances to try to tear you down or get you caught up in jail or get you arrested or something, and that shit is backfiring and somebody's gonna go to jail, okay? Yeah. Don't ever stop believing, and sometimes the best thing you can say is fuck off, okay? So I think you've gotten real good at being like, whatever, fuck off, bitch, not today. And just moving on about your business, not really accepting any bullshit, and that shit is great, okay? Let's okay. So we got your personal unicorn, okay? It says bathe in pure love and stay open to unicorn magic. You know, you're very aware of the magic that's playing out in your life, and you know that your ancestors are protecting you like nobody's business. So you're not really worried about anything, you know. You're kind of just letting things play out and letting shit happen the way that it happens because you know you're not in charge. You know that at the end of the day, it's God, the I am presence, your angels, your ancestors that are fighting your battles and making sure that you get to where you need to go, okay? And that shit is facts. Like I said, first card, well, the second card I showed you was accurate report, okay? Everything, all the information you have and everything that you know about your journey, about the way that you're walking, and also about who the haters are is accurate, okay? Continue to manifest your dreams and focus on what is important, okay? Focus on your vision, seek satisfaction and contentment, okay? Continue to do that because that energy really protects you a lot at the end of the day. What's your personal unicorn and manifest your dreams? We got caring community, okay? So it says participate and belong and enrich your life, you know. And also I feel like, you know, when you are a part of a community or a group or whatever, you know, in your family or whatever, you could be someone who is very active, very loving, you know. Even if you know motherfuckers ain't the best, or you know they scandalous, or you know there's some scammers, you know there's some criminals, you don't care, you know, they're your people and you love them unconditionally anyway. And I think that that really gets a lot of people's ass whooped too, you know, because they really underestimate that, and they think they can get over on you because you're nice or because you're sweet or because you're great. And because you keep that thing going, because you continue to be nice and sweet and great, karma kicks these people all upside their head, all in their ass, okay? Karma, they just is fucking them up. Okay, so remain open to abundance and believe that you deserve everything that's coming into you, and just be really open to accepting the plenty and prosperity that's pouring into your life. Okay, okay, baby. What's the final thought on this? So we got red with forgive, okay? So of course, at the end of the day, it's important that you just continue to forgive these people. Like people like this, okay? Like you have to be really hurt, really in a dark place, really mixed up and with no understanding of yourself or how the world works in order to be trapped in that kind of like obsession, mentally, emotionally unstable type of energy, you know? I feel like this person just really never really received the guidance that they needed, you know? And so they're just kind of stuck in this cycle where they just want to hate you because things didn't work out well for them, okay? This is the Men in Black. This is like a Men in Black type of commercial or some secret agent shit, okay? But it says feed the imagination, okay? So feed your imagination. Also, make sure that you get a lot of rest, okay? But I was saying, and it said stay cool, okay? So also make sure that you keep a cool head at this time and you just don't let anybody ruffle your feathers. Like, actively practice the energy of forgiveness. Sometimes it's really hard, okay? But it gets easier and easier the more that you practice doing that shit, you know? Like, you don't have time to be walking around being mad at anyone. I feel like with this thorns, you know, weave your own crown, or weave together the crown you deserve energy, you know. You've already been through a lot of really hard times, and I think like people have like you know, just kind of like punished you and just harassed you and just messed with you for no real apparent reason, you know. I feel like you could be the kind of person that attracts people that think they're gonna bully you until they get into the bullying and they realize that you ain't no punk and you're not gonna take that bullshit, and they need to go sit down somewhere before they get fucked up. You know. But I think that they kind of have to like run up to you, or they have to rub you the wrong way or disrespect you or deal with you in that way before they get to know that side of you, you know. So don't be introducing people to that side of you right now, okay? It's really important that you stay on the positive side of things and just forgive rather than meeting people where they at with the bullshit, you know. Because we don't got time for that, baby. We don't have time for that, okay? We only got time for good things, for painting the sun back in our sky, and we ain't looking for the approval of anyone else. We just gonna forgive them for where they at, and we just gonna move forward. It says, you've been holding a grudge against somebody in your life. Maybe it's a loved one, or maybe it's yourself. This is a card telling you that you must learn to practice forgiveness. No, forgive them. Wait, it says, this isn't a card telling you that you must learn to practice forgiveness. No, forgive them on your own terms if and when you feel ready to do so, you know. So yes, do practice forgiveness, but at the same time, be on the lookout for the bullshit and know that like you can forgive people and be separate from them, okay? Like, you practicing forgiveness does not mean sitting around taking a whole bunch of bullshit that you don't have to take, or dealing with people's like, you know, underhanded comments or nasty energy that they're trying to project toward you just because they secretly obsessed with you and they hate you. Like, this person is like really holding a grudge, okay? And you could just be kind of irritated with like whoever this person is, like just tired of their shit, okay? It says this is simply a nudge for you to consider whether that time is the present, okay? Here we go again with this reading, okay? This is simply a nudge for you to consider whether that time is the present. Don't let forgiveness feel like an obligation, but like a shiny red hope that gets you through your sleepless late nights, you know? Let me have another one, because I feel like that's really a short outro. So we got escapist with come home to yourself, okay? So this one is talking about how everyone wants to escape their lives occasionally. Some of us like to binge watch shows, some of us like to listen to music, some of us like to read, and some of us like to leave it all behind and go on vacation. All of that is totally healthy. Our lives can get incredibly stressful. However, too much escapism can mean that you're not confronting a big problem, which isn't healthy for you. Face it head on and let the pieces fall wherever they may, you know. So some of you guys may feel the need to like address certain people, like maybe you want to have a conversation, or maybe you just want to tell somebody like, look, stop playing with me, okay? And I mean, if that's what you feel like you gotta do, then do that. Sometimes bitches need to get checked in order to completely correct their whole course of how they deal with you, you know. But I really get the feeling that you don't have to do much, you know. You really don't have to say shit, because this person is calling in all the karma that they need to get from fucking with you. Okay, babes? So, with that, I'm done. I hope you guys have a happy, fabulous, wonderful, and amazing day, that you got something that you need out of this, and I will see you later. Bye!